Okay, so you've decided that you want to learn programming, but there are so many programming languages out there. And in fact, according to Google, there are about 700 programming languages out there right now. But which one should you learn first in 2020? Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel. And in this video, I'm going to talk about which programming language should you learn first in 2020. So you might hear people tell you that you should learn Python first because it's easy to learn, it's high level, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. But that's actually not true. It really depends on what you want to do with programming in the future. So, because there are a lot of use cases for programming in 2020, I'm just going to talk about 5 of the most popular use cases for programming in 2020, and talk about which programming languages you should learn for each of them. So the first use case would be website or web app development. It's basically making anything that runs in the web browser. And for that, I would definitely say get started with HTML and CSS first, because they are the most basic structure and styling of the website. It's what you see. But since those are actually not programming languages, after learning them, you should learn JavaScript. That's the logic behind the website. It's basically anything you do that's interactive on the website. It's all done by JavaScript. And the second use case is mobile app development. Basically developing apps for either Android or iOS. And for Android, you should either learn Java or Kotlin first. And I don't really have a recommendation of which one you should learn first, but Java is definitely harder to learn. So if you want to learn the easier one first, go with Kotlin. And for iOS development, you can either learn Swift or Objective-C. I would definitely recommend Swift, because Swift is newer, and it's more popular, and it's easier to learn. And the third use case is desktop application development. And for that, you can use a lot of languages. But I will make 2 recommendations. You can either get started with Java. Even though Java is really hard to learn, it's cross-platform, which means you don't have to develop different versions for different operating systems. As long as the user has Java installed, they can run the app. And the second language I would recommend for desktop application development is Python, because Python is really easy to learn and it's really popular. And I'm not saying because it's popular you should learn it. I'm saying because it's popular, there is a big community that can help you with learning and problem solving. You can choose either of them to get started with desktop application development. And the fourth one is game development. And for game development, you would most likely be using a game engine. And 2 of the most popular game engines would be Unity and Unreal Engine. And Unity uses C#, and Unreal Engine uses C++. So you can learn either of those to get started with game development. I would say Unity is much more user and beginner friendly, so I would recommend getting started with C#. And last but not least is data analysis or machine learning. And the reason I put these 2 together is because I would recommend the same language for those. So data analysis is basically what it sounds like, basically analyzing data. And machine learning is just building programs that has the ability to learn. And for those, I would recommend Python. Python has a lot of frameworks or libraries built for machine learning and data analysis, and those are really, really helpful. Alright, so those are the 5 most common use cases of programming and which languages to choose for them to get started in 2020. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this video. And if you liked it, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video.